Good day, sir, and also to my fellow students. Today, I'll be discussing about the water survival. Basic guidelines for water safety. Boating safety. Check weather and water condition before leaving shore. Don't drink and boat. Choose a designated boat driver who will not drink. Insist that everyone wear a Coast Guard approved personal flotation device or life jacket while on board. Always tell someone where you'll be boating, when you expect to be back, and what your boat looks like. Keep Coast Guard approved visual distress devices such as pyrotechnic red flares, orange distress flags, or lights on board. Next, don't carry more passengers than maximum boat's capacity. Um, so basically, you just need to check the weather uh, with our local weather center, yeah, if it's safe to sail. And just like driving, you don't drink and sail. Uh, and make sure that everyone wears a life vest. And we just need to make sure that uh, we tell someone where we are going, and make sure that your flares and our flags are ready, and do not overload the boat. Uh, and, always check the maximum capacity before you boat. Next, safety for adults. Take swimming lessons from a qualified instructor if you're not a strong, competent swimmer. Don't swim if you've been drinking alcohol. Don't swim alone or allow others to do so. Stay out of the water during thunderstorm and others severe weather. During lightning storms, seek shelter away from metal objects, open areas, and large. Lone trees. Don't exceed your swimming ability. Know your limits and stick to them. The slides, it talks about your capacity in swimming. Your capacity in swimming. If you're a good swimmer, uh, so I suggest that we take swimming lesson, or we all take a swimming lesson if you know that you're not a good swimmer. Um, Next, basic guidelines for water safety. Check the weather level before diving in a pool, ocean, pond, reservoir, reservoir, or lake. Always dive with your arms extended firmly over your head and your hands together. Don't dive into unknown bodies of water like lakes, rivers, creeks, or irrigation ditches. Jump feet first to avoid hitting your head and breaking your neck or back on a shallow bottom, hidden rock, or other obstruction. Don't hyperventilate, breathing faster and or deeper before swimming underwater, or trying to hold breath for long periods of time. This can cause you to pass or out and drown. It's best to relax and breathe normally when swimming. Uh, so basically, we are talking about the uh, making sure uh, that the bottom of the water is uh, is is clear for any obstacles before we dive. Yeah, and that's it. Next, swimming equipment. These are swimming equipments. First is in swimming equipment is fins. Swimmers wear fins on the feet during scuba diving or snorkeling deep waters. However, they also use this in swimming pool to increase the power of their kicks. These fins can help you to swim faster and better. Fins is just like fin, it's like a fins of fish. So that's why fish is are uh, they can swim faster. It's because of their swims, and it's because of their fins rather. Next is the cap. Uh, cap. Cap. A swim cap is made of plastic that goes over the head of a swimmer. It covers the swimmer's hair to increase his or her aerodynamics so as to swim faster. Uh, we all notice that every swimmers they always make sure that their hair are shaved. Uh, they shave their hair in any parts of their body because hair can affect the what they call this hair can distract you can distract you in movement when you are performing um, swimming or in the water. It's distraction. Next is the goggles. Goggles. These these are worn by swimmers to protect their eyes from the water and the chlorine in swimming pools. They also use this to keep their eyes open underwater to see where they are going and to continue swimming in straight line. Uh, so basically, goggles can help you to uh, can helps you to see uh, better under the water. So that's why goggles is one of the most important equipment in swimming. Next is snorkels. Snorkels allow breathing with ease underwater so that swimmer can focus on the swimming techniques. Uh, Snorkels. Basically, snorkels can help you to breathe not just under the water but also on top of the water or when you are on the water. Next, earplugs. Some swimmers use earplugs to block water from entering their ear canal while they are swimming. Excessive water entering the air can cause discomfort for several hours after swimming and can also increase your chances of the developing an of out 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 ear outer ear infection known as swimmer's ear. Um, Basically, it's uh, the next one is the nose clips. Some swimmers also use nose clips to prevent water from entering their nose while they are swimming. Nose clips, uh, basically, this two helps you to prevent entering the water into your nose and also into your ears or from coming in. Next is paddles. Paddles help swimmers to correct the position of the hand while swimming. Paddles. Yes. So the basically the concept of paddles is to it can it can help you to swim faster also. In Tagalog, it is sagwan. or maybe it's just like a subquat rather. Next is water sacks. Water sacks are used to prevent scratching and blisters from fins. Yeah. To So basically, water sacks is you wear water socks to avoid scratching and blisters from pins. Uh, just like actually, water socks is just like you're wearing an ordinary socks. Next is the kickboard. Kickboard improves the work of the leg for beginners or advanced swimmers in the training of swimming techniques. Hands are static, putting full attention to the work of the legs and creating muscle mass on the legs. So basically, kickboard are for the beginners or for the training purposes. Next, water quality hazard. Poor water quality can make a swim unsafe due to the rise in ocean temperatures and global warming. Some terrible bacteria were found in oceans, lakes, hot springs, and rivers. Do not drink the water or have any wounds exposed when they take a dip. And when you get out of the water, make sure to rinse off to avoid contamination. Pool chemicals, pool chemicals which can make water quality safe can also be harmful to swimmers with asthma and other respiratory ailments. This is due to triloramine, which is created when chlorine and urine combine in the pool. And those who spend a lot of time in indoor pools may also be more prone to sore throat, burning eyes, and the other cold-like symptoms. So basically, just like on our habits, um, taking a shower bef- before get, before getting into in swimming pool and coming out of the swimming pool also. Uh, and, and if you can see in presentation, urine, urine and chlorine are harmful. If it when mixed together, it is harmful for any kind of disease, especially for the people with asthma as well. Next is dangerous accidents in swimming. Water power. The power of water alone can be deadly for swimmers at the beach on a river. Being pushed over by a big wave or being pulled under can be disorienting for swimmers. This can be especially dangerous for young children or others who aren't strong swimmers. So basically, water power is also known as a or the current under the water. Next is drowning. Drowning, baby. Getting aside. Drowning remains an ongoing hazard of swimming and continues to be one of the major causes of accidental death. Waves, currents, lack of water clarity, sudden drops off, etc. Cause dangers in open water. However, even in crystal clear water swimming pools, accidents may happen once a person slips beneath the surface. Uh, to prevent drowning, we have to make sure that uh, we are equipped with the proper uh, saving equipments or the first first aid. Yeah, if you can bring it. Next is dry drowning. Oh, drowning and dry drowning. There's a difference. There's a differences. There's a risk to people who aspirate breathe in water. Water can damage the lungs within 2 hours of being inhaled and also cause catching, fatigue, and fatigue, and irritability. If someone has aspirated water and doesn't seem to be uh, acting normal, he should be brought immediately to the hospital. So, if someone accidentally inhaled water, uh, we better watch. We better watch out. We better watch out for those people. Next is breath holding. Breath holding. Ayan. Holding your breath may sound like a common activity for swimmers, but extreme practices can be fatal. Unfortunately, good swimmer and athletes often believe extreme breathe holding for either time of distance is a shortcut to endurance. So basically, breath holding is when you holding your breath under the water can be dangerous. So we better watch out. Next slide. The preventing dangerous accidents. The 8 points of swimmer defense. Uh, Supervision uh, with the with the acronym of small bad. S stands for supervision qualified. M stands for medical rechecks, physical fitness. A stands for ability groups. L stands for lifeguards on duty. L stands for lookout. B stands for body system. A for area safe. D for discipline. Uh, Next slide. Yeah. Supervision qualified. Mature and cons, 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 consciousness, consci- conscious, consensus, mature and consensus leader accepts respiratory responsibility for safety of the group. Experience in water, confident of ability to respond to an emergency. Train and combine to 8 points of swimming defense. Committed rather. Medical rechecks physical fitness. Complete health history. Identify significant medical conditions. Adjust activity and lifeguard duties to accommodate medical concerns. Significant medical concerns need physician's exam. So basically, supervision qualified is it's about maturity. We just need to make sure that we are supervised uh, uh, by a qualified person who knows what he is doing, or who knows how to to do the 8 points of swimming defense. Uh, Such as the next one is medical rechecks physical fitness. We need to make sure that our supervisor uh, knows basic first aid. And that's it. Next is ability groups. Non-swimmers, beginners, swimmers, non-swimmer activities, game, etc. Encourage swim lessons. For the beginners, jump feet first in water overhead. Swim 25 feet, stop, turn. Stop, Feet, stop, turn, return to the starting point. Swimmers, swimmers, jump feet first in water overhead. Swim 75 yards strongly using side strokes, breaststrokes, tra- traged, traged, or crawl. Then swim 25 yards using resting backstroke. No stops on sharp turn, followed by floating. Classification test renewed annually. So basically, ability, uh, uh, ability, oops. Knowing your ability, uh, knowing your ability as a swimmer, if you are beginners or a swimmer. So these two are two exercises that suggested. Next, lifeguard on duty. Swim only when lifeguards are on duty. The unity may designate two strong swimmers. One, equipped with lifeline, 100 feet, pole, float, etc. Number two, one goes. Other pulse or pulse, rescuer and victim in. Number three, use boat for rescue if available. One lifeguard for every 10 swimmers. So basically, we just need to make sure that we are being watched by lifeguards. Um, next, next is lookout. Lookout can see everywhere. Maybe the adult in charge. The lifeguards watch the swimmers. The lookout watches the area. So uh, there's another job of a lifeguard to look out the swimmers where they are located, and the other one is look the other one is the rescuer. Next is body system. Pair by ability group. Check in, check out together. Body check every 10 minutes. Number one, count to 10 slowly, 10 seconds. Number two, signals for body check. Letter A, for under number two, signal, whistle, blast, or bell, and call of bodies. Letter B, under number two, two whistle, blast, or bells to resume swimming. Under number two, letter C, three whistle, blast, or bells to check out. Basically, body system is about the signals, or just like what we practice as a swimmer or as a criminology student. We always go by those. We have a baptist, of course. Of course, it's safer that way. Next slide is area safe. Three area clearly marked. One, non-swimmer 3.5, maximum 3.5 feet, maximum depth. Number two, beginners. From shallow water to just overhead. Number three, swimmers. A 12 feet maximum depth. Letter B, under number three, surface swimming only for turbid water. B, B, 1, 12 inches, white disc at 3 feet depth, not visible from surface. Letter A, diving. Number 1, 7 feet minimum. Number 2, dive entry over 40 inches prohibited. Number 3, feet first and 3/60 feet, 8 inches prohibited. Entry from over 18 inches needs 110 feet uh, to 12 feet clear. Water depth. Yeah, water depth. And from the bottom, smooth, no glass or hidden rocks and stumps. Boundaries, buoys, buoys, or buoys, I don't know. Buoys, I think it's buoys. Buoys, lines, jumping, maximum height, the swimmer's height rather. Number two, minimum depth, chest deep. Check the bottom before diving, jumping. So basically, this tells us that we have to make sure that the area um, is safe for swimming, or before performing the activities, diving, any kind of whatever you want to do in swimming. Next is the discipline. Swimming is allowed only with proper supervision and implement the all points of swimming defense. Next, review the rules before the outing. Next is review the rules of the beach. Next is enforce the rules fairly and consistently rather. So basically, this one it's about uh, it's telling us about the discipline, because discipline or maybe it's about maturity. Discipline is maturity before doing the rules. Discipline is connected uh, connected 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 to a maturity. We need to know the rules and follow them. Next is lifeguard lines. Okay, let's talk about the equipment, safety and rescue equipment. The number one in equipment is the lifeline. The lifeline, also life belt, is an aid for water rescue. It consists of 25 to 100 meter long line with a shoulder bracket for the rescuer attached to one end. The other end is usually connected to a line reel. The lifeline is always used when the risk to lifeguard would be too great without a safety device. For example, with very strong currents at piers or when the distance to the blank is great. So basically, this equipment is uh, has a has uh, ha- has a long line and string. And there's a rope rope like uh, uh, where they can, we call this, pull in the rescuers and the rescue, of course. Next is the bottom, booms. Booms are used to restrain and protect watercraft that may have lost power or control from entering danger areas such as weirs or ano po, shoes, sluices. Ring buoy. Ring buoy are one of the most frequently used safety equipment by lifeguards. For deep sea rescues, they are shaped like a donut and can be placed around the victim's waist or under the armpits to help them float. So basically, booms is uh, booms is like it's like a balloon floating into a water. Uh, if you see a floating booms, uh, it means that you can only swim up to that point. Maybe that's the end point. And buoy is just like a floaters donut shape. Next is the shepherd's crook rather. It is an aluminum or fiberglass reaching pole made available to lifeguards reaching out to a distressed or front, frantic swimmer with the crook is much safer than entering the water. In Tagalog is, if I'm not mistaken, it's panungkit. Alam ko. Uh, it is used to help somebody uh, in distress. Next is having line. A buoyant having line is floating rope that has a soft buoyant object on one end. The line can the line can be thrown toward a person in water from him or her to hold onto while you pull them alongside. Packing the line is rescue thrown by will keep the line from getting knotted and make it easier to throw. Basically, if I'm mistaken, it's like in Tagalog, it is lubid. Uh, so basically, this is just like a lifeline. The only difference in lifeline, the only difference is lifeline is for uh, attached to your waist. The attached to the rescuer waist, while the heaving line you throw from the ring, the floating ring to the distressed person, and that's it. Rescue post. Rescue post for beaches is a set of life-saving equipment. It consists of a pole 3 meters, fittings, rescue ladder, classic 3 meters, a rescue hook with a flag, a left buoy, and reflective position sign. It is also possible to add a fire extinguisher cabinet. Uh, rescue post. You will see this on the beaches. Yeah, on the beaches. Next is lifeguard stand. Lifeguard stands are used at recreational beaches or public swimming pools to watch and swimmers in order to prevent drowning and other dangers. Lifeguards scan for trouble from these structures. They are also used to spot sharks and other threats. Basically, this is a lifeguard post to see what happening in the beaches. Just to make sure that there's no uh, uh, there's no threats in swimmers. Next is backboard. The backboard, also known as spine board, is used by lifeguards to rescue victims who have suffered injuries in the water or have fallen uh, uncon- uncons- unconscious, un- uncons- unconscious and are unable to support it themselves. It often comes with a head immobilizer to prevent the victim's head from being moved in case of clinical injuries. The victim is strapped to a board and dragged swiftly to the shore with the help of backboard. This is just like what we see in ambulance or the stretcher. The only difference is between the backboard and stretches. Stretches has wheels and backboard is float in water. Next is the rescue tube rather. Rescue tube is made up of high density foam and used in multiple ways to protect the victim from drowning. The lifeguard swims out with the rescue tube, dragging behind her till he reaches the person in distress. The victim can can then rest on the rescue tube and slowly start swimming towards the shore, aided by lifeguard. If the person is too exhausted or traumatized to swim, the tube can be wrapped around the person's body and the lifeguards pulls them back to the safety of the shore. So basically, rescue tubes is for the is the rescue tubes is you will see this for the or for the number one equipment of a lifeguard. It helps it helps a lot. Next, these are just wait, that's it. These are the references. Swim and survive. Thank you so much, Engineer Ace Bono Aquino, for allowing us to use your PowerPoint. And also, special thank you to my beloved professor. Thank you so much. That's it. Thank you.